After almost 25 years in the business, here are 9 common questions that consistently come up, and I'm here to try and answer all of them for you today. Let's move on to question 1. When you're hiring us, you're not hiring an agent just to open doors. We will do as much research as we possibly can for you to make this big decision, such as we'll do comps on the property. We feel you deserve to know if you're overpaying for a property or not. We will pull plot plans so you can see a rough idea of what the lot looks like. We will look for building permits. We will look at old listings, look at the history of the home, how many times it's been sold and what has changed over that time. And then we will look at the building permits to see if it coincides with any of those changes that have been made. Such as last week we showed a property, it had new roof, new windows, new plumbing, new electrical, but we didn't find any permits that were pulled for those changes or upgrades that were made. You deserve to know that. So again, we are not here to just open doors. We're here to help you with one of the biggest decisions you'll possibly make in your life. If we think you're making a mistake, we are going to tell you. We're still going to run comps on the property. If we feel you're overpaying for the property, we will point it out. If you're compromising on something important, we are going to point it out. For instance, if you need a 3-bedroom home and the 3rd bedroom is teeny tiny, not really functional, we will say, hey, this is really a 2-bedroom home. We also like to go under the rule of thumb. If you come back to us in 2, 5, 10 years from now and ask us to sell the home, is it going to be easy to sell or is it going to be hard to sell? If it's going to be hard to sell, this is probably not a good idea. But at the end of the day, this is your money, your decision. We are here just to try and help you make an educated decision. When we are shopping, I want you to always remember this. There will always be another home. Let someone else overextend, pay too much for the property, more than what it's worth, more than what the comps are showing. Let someone else compromise and buy a 2-bedroom home when they really need a 3-bedroom home. Let someone else compromise on whether the home is saleable in the future or not. Always try and stick to your strategy, and always remember that there will always be another home. Sellers don't always take the highest offer. I should say the highest offer is not always the best. You could have a $700,000 offer versus a $690,000. The $700,000 could be financing 97%. And the $690,000 offer, which yes is $10,000 less, maybe only financing 50%. So your risk is a lot less with the $690,000 offer. The $690,000 offer may be willing to put an inspection cap on their home inspection. And what that means is they may be willing to say, hey, we will overlook anything up to $20,000. Where the $700,000 offer may not have any of that in there. The $700,000 offer could have a home to sell. If they have a home to sell, you're basically handcuffed to that buyer waiting for their home to sell. It may not sell. They may not be realistic. So again, the highest offer is not always the best one. Look over the whole offer and try and figure out which one has the least amount of risk. Sellers, I personally would not do a major renovation to sell my home. So for instance, I wouldn't put in a new kitchen or new bathroom. You don't want to sit through a huge construction zone or project and put up all sorts of money and you don't know, or we don't know, we can't really tell you if you're going to get any return for your money. If any bang for your buck, we don't know if you're going to break even. Would you make any extra money? Now, if you have a 28-year-old roof, I would replace the roof because remember, a buyer will be coming in. They'll be making their down payment, and it's typically everything they've saved up. then they won't have the money to put up for a roof. So it may deter them from buying it. But as far as a major renovation goes, I would not do it again because we could never tell you what your return on your investment would be. A long home inspection report does not mean it's a bad house. Remember, the home inspectors you hire, their job is to find every little thing that they can that they think is wrong with the house or not functioning the way it should be at the moment. I would take the report, I would sleep on it, then sit back the next day, look over stuff. What is homeowner stuff? What is normal maintenance? Like peeling paint, simple things like that. And then I would look at stuff that could be a real problem, that's a real surprise to you, that you know could cost you some major money to fix. Then we can ask the sellers if they're willing to help us on any of that stuff. They may want to, they may not. And then from there you can decide whether you want to buy the home or not. The inspection is a contingency where you're allowed to get out of buying the home if the home inspection is not satisfactory to you. So again, I would not let a really big home inspection report scare you. Buyers, sellers, don't go to sleep worrying. If you have a question that's bothering you or a scenario, it doesn't make sense sleeping on it. Give us a call, shoot us a text, an email. 95% of the time, we can clear up whatever questions you may have, or we're able to settle whatever you're thinking about. So I certainly wouldn't go to sleep worrying about something during your transaction. Give us a shout. That's what we're here for. Buyers, before you sign the offer, ask yourself these three questions. Is the home affordable? If two of you are buying the home and one loses your job, can you still afford the home? Can you grow into the home? If the market doesn't cooperate and it takes a dip, can you live there for an extended period of time? Is the house big enough for you to grow into? Does the home fit all your needs? When you set out in the very beginning, you had certain needs to buy the home. Does it fit all those needs? Again, before you sign on the dotted line, I would see if you can answer those three questions. At the end of the day, you make the decision. It's my job to help you try and make a good one. It's your decision, your home, your life, gonna be your memories. It's my job to research, try and make sure you're not jumping into something that you shouldn't be jumping into. Keep this as stressless as possible. Again, this is your decision. I'm just here to help.